Now that we've examined all of these fundamentals of drumming, so sitting, positioning of the arms, hands, legs, feet, some basic strokes, I bet you're ready to go hit the shed and practice. However, before you practice, you should probably warm up. Now, for most people, or at least that's been my experience, most drummers are quite content with taking the pad and padding out, just getting their hands warm and then approaching the drum set. Um, I much prefer warming up in a way that not only warms up my hands and my feet as opposed to just hands, but also makes me focus. So it actually warms up that instrument that is absolutely essential in having a good practice. And that would be my brain and my brain's ability to focus. So this is what I call the perfect warm-up, or the perfect four-way warm-up. And essentially, it boils down to playing eighth notes on the snare drum, and each hit of the snare drum will beget a hit by either the hi-hat foot or the bass drum foot. And initially, it starts with 8 strokes. So it'll be 8 single-stroke eighth notes, and they will be followed by eighth note upbeats on the hi-hat. And then the following 8 notes will be followed by bass drum upbeats. So essentially, the first sequence is this. And in this warm-up, the way the scheme works is I will repeat the 8-note sequence twice. So after that, I go into 4-note sequences, so things start to cave in a little bit. So instead of having the time of playing 8 with the, 8 with the hi-hat, 8 with the bass drum, now I have only 4. After that, it keeps caving in even further. Now I get only 2. And at the very end, I get, it caves in all the way. And I'm playing a series of eighth notes that's followed by the altering between the hi-hat and the bass drum. So we start with 8. So when you're doing this order and the disorder, there's no disorder unless you create it, because it's all put together orderly, but our brain is often not able, especially in transitions, to process the information. So it's kind of difficult to do this. This is definitely impossible to do without involving the focus aspect of our thinking powers. So we have to be zeroed in on the task at hand. Eventually, this actually becomes a lot easier to do. Even quicker than that if we need. But the point is not the speed. The point is to create a warm-up that will get all of the juices flowing, will make sure that your feet and hands are working in a 4-way coordinated way, and ensure that your brain, after you've done this exercise for a little bit, is actually ready to tackle whatever practice tasks you have set for that day. And we will keep moving forward with some more, hopefully interesting, informative stuff. See you in the next lesson.